Can you see the screen? Yes. Great. All right. Okay, so this session is going to be an understanding of campus to corporate, how to transform yourself and how to increase your employability. Okay, so let us understand how is campus life and how is it different from corporate life. Okay, so campus life is going to be the efforts which is going to contribute only on your own success, whereas corporate life, it is not only an individual excellence, brilliance, it is also going to be an organization success if you are successful. If you are failing, then it is a failure for yourself and your family, whereas in corporate, it is going to be a failure, or it is going to be, it's going to be a huge prize for the stakeholders, company, colleagues, and customers. So it is just your classmates who, whose view might affect you. But in corporate life, it is going to be your customers, colleagues, and it's all about your career growth. Likewise, we have a lot of points here. I wouldn't want to explain each and every point because it is self-explanatory. It is me in campus majorly, whereas it is me and my stakeholders in the corporate life. And one thing that is very, very important here is that you are sole responsible for your own tasks in corporate life. Okay, and majorly success is measured as an individual effort in campus life, but success is measured in corporate life as a combination of individuals, team, and collaborative effort. So you will work with you, yourself, your team, and with other teams, interdisciplinary teams you might have. Major thing is going to be exams. You can just afford to learn before exams in your college, but then every day is going to be an exam in your corporate life. Right. Another thing is that you are going to, you are mingling with your same age-related people. The demographics is more or less same when you are in your college life, right? But when you get into a corporate job, you are going to deal with people who are right from 20 years of age up till 60 years of age, and you're just calling them by their names. Very surprising, is it? You are so used to calling people bhaiya, didi, and then uncle, aunt. We don't have such nomenclature here. We are going to call every one of them by their names. In your college life, it is largely assessed by assessment through your knowledge. And in the corporate life, it is going to be your, what is KSB? Any wild clues? What is KSB? Quickly, if someone wants to say. All right, it's knowledge, skills, and behavior. Okay, it is not only your skills, it is not only your technical skills that is going to be evaluated, but it is also your knowledge, your skills, and your behavior. All right, and in your college life, in your campus life, changes are minimal. You know what will happen in the next 6 months, right? At least for one semester, you know what will happen, more or less. Mota mota, you know, right? But whereas in corporate, it is going to be a constant from you guys. Okay, for change and opportunity. Thank you so much, Yogesh. All right, what is this one thing that attracted you to work in the IT industry? Anybody? Second years and third years, I know that you are in a very cold state of your life, right? So until you get the fourth final year and until others start getting placed, you are very cold. Okay, so I have some answers here. To innovate through ideas, very good. To get to learn new things, right? To learn technology. For money, yes. For learning new things, every day you get to learn new things, right? Right, so we know that the IT industry is changing every day. It is growing every day, and so are we. You know, when we grow, the organizations grow, we grow, and then we get more financially independent. Let's see what are the 12 major areas. Okay, when if you say that you are going to get transition to corporate job, or you wanted to move into a corporate job, there are a lot of areas where you will have to focus. You will have to shift your mind from a student's perspective to an employee's perspective. Let's look at one by one. So we have basically broadly categorized it into three. First is etiquettes, hygiene factors. Second thing is your skill set. And the third one is your mindset. We'll start with the first thing, which is etiquettes, hygiene, and factors. So it begins with the first day of work, right? So it begins with dressing and grooming. Let us see what is it. First day, first week, and first month at work. I wouldn't be explaining all of these things. I will put this in front of you and then explain point by point. Okay. So first day, first week, and first month is going to be the first phase of your career, right? How many of you believe that your first impression is the best impression? Do you think so? Yes? Or let me rephrase it. Is the first impression the lasting impression? Which one would you want to go with? First one or the second one? Second one, right? So the first impression, it is definitely going to be the lasting impression, and you would want to give the best in you, right? So it is very, very important that you reach your work on time, be it at home or be it at office. I am pretty much sure that by the time you guys get graduated in a year or two, offices will start functioning fully. Now also it's functioning kind of 100%, but we still have the hybrid model, which is very effective. But by the time you guys start working, it will be completely, work from office. Okay, so the first thing is to create the first impression, which is going to be the lasting impression, a positive impression, which is what we are looking for, right? So make sure that you reach on time, and then you have a good dressing and grooming. If you're working from home, make sure that you have a stable internet, you have a well-lit room, you have a very nice space for yourself. Update your profiles on all social media platforms, especially when it comes to the professional media, which is Slack, Zoom, Teams, whatever the application that you are using, right? Make sure that you know how to introduce yourself. You should have a good elevator pitch for yourself. You should know how to pitch yourself to the others, right? Make sure that you are aware of the questions that comes to you. Observe a lot of things around you. Mind your body language, your expressions, your eye contact. Do not get so worried by fidgeting yourself like this, having a very firm body language and all of that. Make sure that you follow the process that is set by the HR. Make sure that this is a learning phase for you, right? So the initial phases, the initial months of your job is going to be a learning phase for you. Get organized, set routines for yourself, and then be an open book, or have an open mind. There will be a lot of things that comes to your way. So you should not restrict yourself to take only certain things, but then you should have an open mind to welcome things. You may not know what fits you and what doesn't fit you, right? So day one, week one, and month one is critical milestones for you. It's all about the perceptions that you're going to have, and make sure that you have the right one. Let's look at dressing and grooming. So when I talk about dressing and grooming, I do not mean that you have to wear a blazer, a jacket, and you have to go tip top like Steve Jobs, right, every day, or like probably anybody whom you want to, Elon Musk, anybody you desire to. Not necessary. Okay, clothes you wear affects your confidence levels, right? It talks about how comfortable you are in that attire and how comfortable you portray yourself to others. There is definitely no rules in dressing regarding dressing in corporate as such. We do not have a dressing rule as such of late in any of the offices. But make sure that you come to office in a presentable attire. It is definitely based on your occupation, your location, and your preference. Okay, it is always better if you can work one level up than your peer group, that you would stand out, right? You would always remember that one person. I'm sure you would have seen that in the college also, right? There would be one person who actually dresses tip top and comes to office. You will catch your attention there, right? You would like, wow, this person is dressing well, right? So dressing has that effect to create that, hook into others. The way you dress shows so much you respect your company's culture and environment. I do not want to offend anybody who would want to dress casually to your office. If that is a very common scene in your office, I wouldn't say no to it. Again, it depends on your work culture and environment. Let's look at the second point, which is basically being courteous, thoughtful, and approachable at workplace. Making and maintaining relationships has become very difficult in this virtual corporate world, right? You would have noticed that 2 years we sat at home, close to 1.5 years we sat at home. It has become very difficult for us. It became very difficult for us once we were out to socialize, right? We were so comfortable within ourselves. We have kept a distance within ourselves for not talking to a lot of people because of certain social conditions, right? We actually forgot to be courteous and thoughtful to people. But then, let me tell you, let me be very frank with one thing here. This industry looks very glamorous from outside, but it is very cunning from inside, right? For that, you need to learn all tricks and tips to sustain there. Okay, it is very easy to get onto a job, but then how to sustain in a job is something which is very, very tricky. And these are the things that would really help you to sustain in the job that you would want. So when you start working, you are going to spend 8 to 12 hours with your colleagues. Okay, this is going to be your second family. Although I do not want to give the literal meaning of family, you are going to spend a lot of time at your workplace, right? There could be, I would seriously insist, or it would be a best thing if you can start practicing simple acts of appreciation. Start using the magic words, please, sorry, and thank you. Always use please when you are putting up a request. Always say thank you once you receive anything from people, be it a mail, be it a message, be it a help, anything. Make sure that you are polite, your conversations are very thoughtful, and you respond to every interactions, which makes a difference to the other people. Make sure that you acknowledge people. How many of, I mean, I have often seen this with a lot of people, that they forget to acknowledge. They know that they have acknowledged it in their mind and in their head, but they actually forget to acknowledge. Jaise ki, in WhatsApp may we send that okay, right? That okay we forgot to, we often forget to send in the workplace. There's a huge difference between being aggressive and assertive. Aggressiveness is showing a little bit of rudeness, whereas assertiveness is politely putting up your point. Okay, you should make sure that you are placing yourself in a position wherein you're not being so submissive, being okay for everything, okaying for everything, and you are not being very aggressive, which is like, you want to defend people for everything, right? So position yourself in such a place that you are able to stand up for yourself and you're able to say no for things that you think is a no from your side. Okay, so that's about courteousness and thoughtful. Moving on to the third point, which is usage of mobile phone and email etiquette. Let's start with what mobile phone etiquette is. There is nothing called as etiquette as such. I am assuming that all of you knows the meaning of the word etiquette, right? Etiquette is a set of rules that you have to follow in a specific place. Okay, so we have mobile phone etiquette, we have workplace etiquette, we have email etiquette, we have railway station etiquette, we have dining etiquettes. So these are all a set of rules that we follow in that specific place. Moving ahead to mobile phones. This is nothing that you do not know, but let me just put it in front of you so that you are a little cautious about this. At least I'm sure that nobody is writing down these things, but when you actually start working in a place, I'm sure this will come to your mind. Okay, so let's make sure that you don't have loud music as your ringtone in the phone, in your phone, and it rings zor se when you are in your workplace, right? Do not spend a lot of time on social media during your office timings, which you have to spend working, which shows your productivity, drop, right? When you are on phone, try to speak softly. Avoid discussions about personal matters in, over phone, because there are people listening out to you. Don't send messages while you are in a meeting, and avoid long personal calls. We would often find people hanging on phone during the lunchtime and walking around your building, but then it is highly advisable to avoid such things. Let's look at email etiquette and effectiveness. Okay, how do we write an email? I am saying this in a minute or two, but this is such an elaborate session that you will actually have when you take up this course. Okay, and it is going to be, I will assure you that you will not receive this course from anywhere else. All right, moving ahead. The most important thing in an email is the subject. Okay, it has to be very crisp, it has to be concise, and it has to relate to what is there in the body of the email. Okay, the salutation has to be personal. Salutation is how do you address someone, like dear Shruti or dear Randhir or hi Randhir. This is how you salute people. avoid using BCC. BCC is blind carbon copy, which is kind of abandoned in a lot of organizations because it deviates the purpose of emails, right? So, but then fortunately or unfortunately, BCC was invented when the original email was invented. So BCC makes sure that whatever is included in the mail, BCC, the person in BCC acts as a hidden person. Okay, so nobody will be able to see whoever is there in BCC. So you should be avoiding using BCC in your email. There are basically 3 parts to an email, which is your introduction, body, and closing. So introduction should be the main message that you put in the email. Body should be what you want to elaborate in about the message, and closing would be a reiteration of what is the favor that you're asking from the person. Be very, very careful about hitting on reply or reply to all. Use your signatures. You will have a preset signature. Most of the companies use Google these days. So you will have an option to insert your signature, which you can do. Make sure that you limit the size of the attachments and you have proper attachment, proper readable attachments. Avoid abbreviations. Do not use SMS lingos while you are emailing, or for that matter, when you are slacking people. Slack is a common platform that is used by most of the organization now. Avoid the use of emojis because emojis can give a different meaning that you might not have thought about. Proofread your message. Very, very important. This is not only applicable for emails, it is also applicable for a lot of things. Even if you are writing an exam, proofreading is a very good habit that you can develop. I'm sure your teachers, your mom would have insisted you to revise things once you are done with the answer paper, right? To make sure that things have been said. But in the workplace, it is there is a shift of word called proofreading. I'm sorry, and not revising, so that you double proof it or double seal it to make sure that it is error-free. Moving ahead, fonts that you can use in emails is Arial, Times, Calibri. Colors could be navy blue or black. You can use different font sizes depending on how the resolution of your screen is. You can highlight. There is always an option to highlight. You can give that yellow color to highlight things. You can bold it. You can make it italic. Use a numbered or bullet format or lists. Do not avoid writing big, mota paragraphs. Okay, you write in bulleted points, which would give the message very clear to the sender. Sorry, to the receiver. Never write all capital words. Can someone tell me what is the meaning of all capital words? Quickly think and tell me. Yes. Uppercase, yes. To stress on the subject, no. Yes, Shubhra Jyoti, you are almost there. All capital words means shouting. You are shouting at the other person. Okay, so never write everything on capital. Be cautious with humor. Be aware of cultural nuances. So it's a very common thing that we see in the corporate that people make fun of each other. People make cultural humor, in between. When you are in office, be very, very careful about that. Not everybody can accept it the way it is. Keep away from writing emotional and sarcastic emails because this is your profession, nothing else, right? Watch the tone of your writing. Have a very neutral tone when you are writing. Have a strict time. Begin with thanks for writing in. And also, if you need more time to respond to an email, send a quick note on the same. So that's why I said it's very important that we acknowledge, once we receive a text or anything for that matter. Email etiquette leads to being a professional, being very efficient, and also being respectful. So email is something that you will use in your entire career. Right from day one till the last day, email is going to be an inescapable reality. Right? You will have to write emails. So when you're talking to your peers or you're talking to your clients, your stakeholders, anybody for that sake, writing an email is very, very, the art of writing an email is very, very important. And as of I know, I've been in the industry for a couple of years. I have seen a lot of people writing very, very bad emails. Okay, which actually gives out a sense that you do not care about what you write. It's not about how much errors you make in there, but it actually gives a behavioral trait about you that you don't worry about the mistakes that you put in an email and, showcasing that to a stakeholder. All right, moving ahead. Let us see what is workplace etiquette now. Okay, office etiquettes. So these are all very simple things that you already might know. So I'm moving very fast there. Keep your desk organized. Okay, do not eat while you're working. And if you are in an office setup, you might have cubicles. You might have cubicles, or you might have straight, tables. You might have a coworker sitting right next to you. Make sure that you just give a hint before you start talking to the other person. Okay, someone has messaged me that the screen is not sharing. Is that so? Can someone quickly confirm, please? It's working, right? Okay. Thank you so much. Yes. Avoid the usage of speakerphone. This is not our house, so let's not use speakerphone. Okay, let most of them uses Bluetooth as such. Sorry for this. Avoid yelling over the cubicle partition. I see that people in the first bay calls your friend on the seventh bay and say that khana khane chale, right? So all of these are not a good office etiquette. Never peep into other person's laptop. It is a human tendency to peep into other person's laptop, right? To see what is going on there, to see what is being typed in there. So be very watchful of it. You will have a lot of things in the office. You will have a microwave, you will have a coffee machine, you will have a lot of eatables there. Make sure that you use all of them sensibly. Okay, you will have a lot of office staff there who helps you with a lot of things around office. Treat them with respect, greet them, talk to them, consider them as your colleagues. Like you, they are also employees of the office. Continuing, set up a dedicated workspace for you if you are working from home. Ensure that the work area is well lit. You can, like how you can see me now. Okay, you have to sit in a well lit area. Be presentable. You have to dress well. Make sure that you are presenting yourself in with grace. Respond to calls and texts promptly. If someone is texting you about anything, respond to it promptly. Use status if you are away from your system. If you are moving out of the system, which is very normal, which could be lunch, it could be going to the washroom, it could be a quick 5 minutes, smoke or anything. Make sure that you change the status to AFK, which is away from keyboard, DND, which is do not disturb. If you're out of office, if you're on a vacation, make sure you update that too, which is out of office, OOO. Communicate everything. Okay, avoid or mitigate background noise if you're working from home. Prep your camera frame, look better. Look at the camera for a better connect. Make sure that you look at the screen and talk so that you feel, the other person who's listening to you feels like you are talking to them. Mute your mic when you're not speaking, and also give 100% attention while you are in a video call. Like now, I'm so happy, I'm so glad that a lot of you respond when I ask you questions, which means that you are paying at least 95% of your attention span. That's all about etiquettes or hygiene factors. Now let's move to the skill set part, okay, which is majorly your domain skills, your people skills, your teamwork skills, and your time management and productivity. Moving on to the first one, which is your domain skills. So domain skills, these are the abilities or the skills in a particular area or a technology that you're working with, right? So tomorrow, if you are joining an organization, suppose you're joining, say, TCS, and then you're working for IRCTC. So TCS developed IRCTC website, not recently, but of late, they also were a part of developing this IRCTC website. So that time you are working in the logistics domain, right? So if you're working for the SBI account, okay, then you're working in banking domain. If you're working for Semantic, then you're working in manufacturing domain. If you're working for FedEx, then you're working in logistics. So depending on which project you are in, could be any project. I am talking about service-based organization because I was mostly in a service-based organizations and I was working in different sectors. There are a lot of possibility that you will end up working in a product-based organization, which could again be a domain-based, right? So there is going to be only one domain that you will work for. Then Ranveer asked you about the branch that you are from. Most of you said CS, right? So we also see that there are a lot of mechanical and civil engineers who come into the IT industry. They are also domain, they also have a clear understanding of the construction domain or the automobile domain, right? So if I've had students who are from mechanical background, mechanical engineers basically, who have gone into Tata, right? So they have a good understanding of how an automobile functions. So it has nothing directly to do with coding, but it definitely helps you to have a broader understanding of what you are working with. How can we build your domain skills? Okay, so get involved in multiple projects, identify and correct mistakes. Not everything can be right in the first go, right? You can have certifications, research complex technology. So you might have jargons that you might not know. So understand, have more understanding about it. Do research, follow entrepreneurs from the same industry or domain. Okay, take coaching from people. Ask people if you want to know more about a specific domain as such, and to build your domain tasks. Campus to corporate. Now let's see people skills. Making friends, building relationship at work is not mandatory. Nobody is telling you that you should have friends in your workplace. No. But if you get along well with people, it makes your work more enjoyable and productive. There is no hard and fast rule to have friends in the workplace. But if you have best friends in your workplace, your productivity is bound to double. Because you enjoy work, right? It is one of the most important skills that you have to develop when you have to sustain in the industry, okay, which is called interpersonal skill. Inter plus personal skills. So these are the set of traits that you will have to develop when you start talking to other people. Other people in the office. Okay, it helps you to connect with people effortlessly. It's going to be your dai haath ka kaam basically. It has two dimensions, interpersonal. IPS is interpersonal skills. It has two dimensions basically. One is your demonstrated behavior, and the other one is what the other person is expecting from you. Right. So you are behaving in a certain way, but the other person expects you in a different way. Like how a mom child relation is, right? You behave in such a way, your mom is expecting the direct opposite of that, right? So there is a clear skill gap there. So that is how two dimensions of interpersonal skills are, and you will have to develop that capability to reduce this gap in your workplace. How do you do that? By improvising your listening capabilities. Your non-verbal cues needs to be broadened, which is your eye contact, body movement, body language, hand gestures, and then other, sitting postures, you're sitting, standing, walking postures, and all of that. And being assertive, okay? Politely putting away your point. So these are the three things that you can develop your interpersonal skills with. Build tolerance and understanding. You don't have to be a head-heated person. You can think patiently and then react to situations, respond to situations. Have a polite tone. Have an open mind. As I said, have an open mind. Bring in things. If you feel it is relevant for you, accept it. If you think it is not going to help you, then you can chuck it. Do not show urgency in every interaction. Respect others' opinions and expertise. Be receptive to feedback. One important thing in people skills is that you have to be really, really receptive to feedback, because your every day will run basis your feedback. And this feedback can be given by people whom you like, whom you don't like, whom you consider as enemies, whom you consider as best friends. Right? So you have to be open to criticism. You have to be ready to give constructive criticism. And then you have to be basically open to feedback. Okay. Okay, we have a question here. I am a very introvert person and I talk very less. Is it necessary to be very extrovert and make relationship from the start? No, I mean, I don't want to call out the name. No. You cannot be an extrovert one fine day, right? But it is equally important that you mingle with your teammates and you have a very cordial relationship. Remember the word, it's a cordial relationship. I'm not asking you to have friends in the workplace, okay? But at the end of the day, you have to get your work done. So uske liye thoda sa you will have to loosen out for yourself, okay? Which will help you to do a better job than how you can do it by yourself. As I said, IT industry is not going to be individual brilliance. It is not going to run with individual brilliance. It is going to be a teamwork. Just give me one quick minute. Let me have a sip of water. Yeah. So that was about interpersonal skills. Now we are moving to what is team working skills. Okay. Team working skills, it is one of the most sought after skills in the workplace. Can someone tell me the full form of team? Anyone? No? Okay. It is together, everyone achieve more. Okay. Teamwork is what differentiates between good companies and exceptional ones. Okay. If you have a great team at work, there is definitely mutual trust that is established, and then the productivity increases. Hence, the goal is reached faster. Rapport building and listening are the core things to build cohesive teams. You know what is cohesive team members, right? So that is very important when you work with, when you want to really work on your team working skills. The very idea behind organizing a team is to solve a problem, because different team members will have different ideas. The best of the idea will be taken care of. The team will work on the best idea, and the result is very fruitful. The enjoyment that we have when a team wins is different, right? The enjoyment of having individual performance won. So you might have taken participated in the art fests that your college might have, right? So if you win a group item there, say for example a group dance or a meme or what I say, an instrument, a group music, the joy of winning that, or say any sports for that matter, you might have seen IPL, when a team wins, the joy of winning that is entirely different from the joy of winning as an individual, right? So it helps you to have organization and planning strategies. It helps you to, it shows your reliability and sticking to deadlines. So what happens is, if you have a very cordial team members, your trust is more, your relationship is good, hence you are more productive to reach the goal. When you are in a team, make sure that you show your respect by not taking someone for granted. So you might have a team member who overworks, who likes to help others. So show them respect by not giving your tasks also to them. Be very tolerant, be very open-minded. See, the word open-minded is repeated again and again and again in all the slides. That means that having an open mind, having a flexible mind space is very, very important for you to grow. Build your collaboration skills. So collaboration is one step higher than teamwork. It is a more largely sustaining activity than teamwork, which you will know in detail when you actually do this course. We will, explain all of these things to you in detail. Employees with teamwork skills demonstrate good communication, collaboration, coordination, and leadership skills. Regardless of your role, you will be able to work well with others if you have a great team around you. Another important thing when you reach corporate is time management. It is about planning and balancing your time between different activities, right? It helps you to finish a specific task in a specific time, a given task in a specific time frame amidst your challenges and tight schedules. Let us see how is time management and productivity linked. The more manageable your time is, the more productive you can be. You have to develop routines for it. You have to move to a weekly planning mode. Everything is not like how you work in campus now, okay? देखते हैं कल, जो होता है देखा जाएगा वाला attitude, you will have to let go of it, because every day is going to give you a surprise. Create to-do list, use calendar approach, plan wisely. So you will have different, tarikas or elements of managing time. So these are all that the last row, the second row in the slide shows different ways of managing time, which is prioritization of tasks, which is using online organizers, using blocking all distractions. What important versus having a 2x2 matrix in important versus urgent matrix, and avoiding procrastination. How many of you are procrastinators here? You can tell me. I'm not going to judge you with that. Do we have procrastinators here? Okay. Shubhra Jyoti says not me. So am I, Shubhra Jyoti. I'm also not a procrastinator, but it's a very common thing that a lot of us have, right? And it's very, very I understand completely if you say that at this point of time you are a procrastinator, because youngsters are bound to be. Okay, I get here messages here. Nice. That's very common. This is your age to procrastinate. It is fine. But when you start working, you have to be on the toes, because as I told you, everything is going to be a new experience for you. So that ends for the skill set, being at a corporate job. Now we will move to what is mindset. Mindset is all about attitude. Okay. What is attitude? Attitude is whatever you think here comes on your face. That is attitude. How do you behave? Your thoughts and your behavior. It is a tendency to respond positively or negatively towards a certain idea, object, person, or situation. Right? You might have subtly noticed, when you have your favorite professor walking by when you are in college, you have that smile on your face. You feel like standing up, and greeting that person. On the other hand, when you have your not so, I don't want to use that word, not so liked professor coming by your way, then you are like, what expression comes to your face, right? So that is the thoughts that you have in your head, which comes out as your attitude. So the other person perceives it as your attitude. It is very, very important to have the right attitude in your workplace. It is a little thing that actually makes a big difference. Okay, attitude is something that cannot be taught. It is a tacit skill. You will have to learn it by your experiences. Right? It is, when you are in a startup, it is about being very excited and positive about the problem solving that we have at hand. But then this attitude needs to change when you are building up the startup, right? When it comes to a scale, you will have to shift these attitudes. So attitude shift also needs to happen. For that, you need a positive attitude mainly towards change. Okay, so what happens is when you have a negative attitude, when you are resisting change, okay, it tends to promote fear and anxiety. When you are resisting to changes, when there is a new thing coming your way and then you're resisting it, okay, then this is going to create that space for anxiety and fear. Okay, there is always, you can always practice developing a growth mindset wherein we learn via efforts and practice. You take conscious efforts to practice things which you think is not your cup of coffee. Right? Say, for example, I was a very selective listener. I would listen to things which I want to listen. So when someone is talking, I would pick up words that I would want to hear. I would not hear the other things. I consciously practice to make sure that I listen from the start till the end of the sentence and actually get the meaning out of it. Right? So that is something that you have to consciously develop to be a better person at workplace. Okay? Let go of your casual attitude. There are high possibilities that you end up getting paid hefty packages. Okay? That should actually not have an effect on your attitude. It is just that you are lucky enough to get a good payment at the beginning of your career itself. Okay, so take it as an opportunity to learn more and more things and grow at that pace. Okay, have a close watch on your attitude. For success, attitude is equally important as your ability. As I said, it is knowledge, skills, and behavior that is going to scale your growth in corporate. Achievement orientation. It is the ability to focus on the desired end results, set challenging goals, and achieve standards of excellence. Ownership and accountability. Another important thing is ownership and accountability. Ownership is standing up for yourself. When you are owning something, when you are doing a piece of work, saying that I have done this, I know what is the consequences of this, I am ready to accept the consequences, I know that if it goes wrong, I will be responsible for it. This is called ownership. Right? Accountability is standing up for it. So ownership, accountability. You are saying that I will be held responsible, I will face the challenges, rather than blaming the team. Because as I said, it's a teamwork, right? So if you are leading the team and if it fails, you have to be the accountable person for that. And there is nothing harm in doing it. It takes a lot of courage to do that. Next is adaptability and flexibility. So it is flexibility that comes first, which is opening up your mind, having an open mind, getting all the feedback for you, having different kinds of ideas. And adaptability is adapting to it, actually doing it, right? So I'm sorry. So if someone says that the meeting is postponed from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., you are like, okay, fine. Let me see if I can, attend the meeting. Is flexibility, but actually attending that meeting is adaptability. Okay, like how you have your exams preponed, right? So you are like not flexible. Kyun kiya aise? The first question that we ask is, why did this happen, right? Catering to it is adaptability. It is not the strongest of the species that survives or the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is most adaptable to change. Changes is going to happen. Every day is going to be a change for you. Get used to adapting to it. So quickly about adaptability and flexibility. As I already explained, adaptability is a trait, and it is to respond to change. Okay. Adaptable people are better positioned to handle career transitions because up the ladder you will find a lot of changes, you will find a lot of strings either or. So you will have to be flexible and adaptable to all of these things. Confidence, tolerance, and empathy are few attributes to individuals who are demonstrating flexibility. So basically, if a person is flexible, you are confident, you are tolerant to changes, and you are empathetic. Okay. Learnability. What is learnability? Having a great learning curve is learnability. Having an open mind to learn new things. Not everything is going to be coming from what you have already known, what you already know, right? It is going to be changes that that will come your way, and you should have that openness to learn and grasp new things. A quote about Alvin Toffler: the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. So sometimes there are things that you have to unlearn and relearn. When you have half a glass of water, and when you want to fill that glass with a cup of tea, you will have to pour that water out and then fill in tea. Right? You can't pour tea on top of water. It becomes a mixture and it is not going to help you. So unlearning and relearning is very, very important. And that happens only for a person who has that kind of learnability. Okay. Up to 65% of the jobs the Gen Zs will perform don't even exist yet. Okay. The world is changing every day. New technologies are popping up. You never know what comes tomorrow. After certain years, AI might take up everything. Not everything, but to a larger extent. So you should understand that employability is very less about what you already know. It is a lot about what you not have even heard of. Okay. So in the world of change, you should inherit the earth while the learned shall find themselves. Perfectly suited for a world that no longer exists now. Okay. You can ask your parents, when computer came suddenly, a lot of them were reluctant to learn it. If you have your parents as a government servant, you can ask them. They're like, I don't want to learn computer. इतना सालों मैंने काम किया और मुझे नहीं करना है कंप्यूटर में काम. I'll live like this. Right? They were very resistant to learning. But now they know that that doesn't work. Right? Now you will have your elder cousins who is already in their retiring stage, but they would have learned a lot of things which they not have learned in the last 20 years. Right? So that is about learnability. Again, this was about campus to corporate, transforming yourself and increasing employability. All skills are learnable. It might take time for some skills to learn, but all skills are learnable. Best wishes from our side. Keep learning and progressing. That's all about the session today. I'm open to questions now. So I have one question here. Yeah. Do you have any other questions for me, guys? I know I had a super fast session. If you have any questions on any of the things that we have discussed, you're free to ask them. Any questions? All right. Can you please move the first move the slide first to last. We can take a screenshot. We will give you a PDF copy if that is okay. We do not allow to take screenshots as such. Okay, I will discuss this with the responsible people. Okay, no worry. Thank you, guys. It was nice talking to you. A lot of you responded when I was asking questions. It was an immense session for me. Have a wonderful weekend. Okay, so I have a question. How can I change attitude? You have to be open first. You have to be flexible first. You have to make a conscious effort. It doesn't happen all of a sudden. You have to make a conscious effort. You have to be having an open mind. Take criticisms and feedback and then work on it. It will change, but it will take time. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. Okay, so still I have questions. How to handle a person with negative attitude? Very good question, Yogesh, but it's a very tricky thing. The only thing that we can do is to change our approach towards them rather than not changing them. All right. How to overcome being an introvert? Being an introvert is in your blood. It is very difficult to overcome that. And there is nothing bad in being an introvert. Understand that first. There's nothing bad in being an introvert. You don't have to become an extrovert also. All you have to do is to become a little proactive. Be a little more proactive than being reactive. Okay? All right. I think I have answered. Okay. What you do every day to survive in IT sector? Good question. I am completely not in IT sector now. I've moved to EdTech now. But the only thing that I believe to survive in this sector is to love what you do and do what you love. Is being ignorant towards negative people a solution? No, it is not. You will have to deal with negative people also. So you should learn the tactics of dealing with them through your interpersonal skills. How are the recent massive layoffs going to affect the future graduates? I think, and I firmly believe that there is definitely space for people who are skilled and people who are ready to learn new things. So if you are sharpening your skills and having a learnable approach, then you will definitely land up in a job. Don't worry about it. How much ever people are getting laid off, there are opportunities on the other side. It's just that people are not seeing it. Where can I get the PDF? I will have to talk to Randhir about it. I'm not sure about this at this point of time. Okay, so I think that ends the questions. All right. Thank you so much, guys. It was wonderful talking to you, answering your questions. Over to you, Randhir. Yes.
Hello, guys. So Priya is here, just stay for 20 minutes. So I will discuss about the skills that you should start focusing, okay, and how you should prepare on. Okay, so Priya is here to answer all your questions. Question related to technical skills. We on the call. Priya, are you here?
Yes. So students, we are here. And hello everyone. Very good evening. So there is something that I want to introduce you around Masai School. So it's like we have recently started our new program, that is Career Accelerator program. So I'll just take some 10 minutes, not more than that, to introduce that particular program, and then I'll answer all your questions one by one. Okay, is that okay with you? Yes or no in the chat box, please. Yes, okay. So first thing I want to ask, सब लोग यहाँ पे हिंदी और English दोनों ही समझते हैं या फिर anyone wants this session only in English? Because I know you guys are from tier 2, tier 3 cities. Maybe you are not comfortable in English. Yeah. All of you are comfortable in English? Dono, both. Okay. So I'll go ahead with both, like Hindi and English. I'll mix and then we'll go ahead with the session. Okay, both. Okay. So students, just give me 10 minutes. Quickly, I'll introduce the Career Accelerator program that we have recently introduced in Masai, and then we can go ahead with the question answer. Okay. So just give me 1 minute. I hope my screen is visible to all of you, right? Randhir, my screen is visible, correct?
Yes, Priya, yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So students, first I'll start with what is Masai. So basically Masai is a transformation in education. How we can say transformation in education? Because no matter you are from any of the background, either you are from the tech background, non-tech background, even if you don't know the programming, you have a passion of programming, you want to restart your career after a break, Masai is the right platform for you. So here what we do, basically we build industry relevant skills first. Like we will prepare you in a way that you will have a good skill set, or I can say enough skill set to get a good job in market. Okay. And also we provide holistic development. What I like holistic development ka matlab kya hota hai? Along with your technical skills, we work on your soft skills also. And apart from that, we will prepare you for placements as well. So that is like combining all the three. It's a holistic development. Once you complete this course, you will get a job role of like full stack web developer, front end developer, or back end developer in the renowned companies like product based companies, or like service oriented tech startups, or you can say large IT services companies. Okay. Now moving ahead. So career accelerator program, what is this program? So it's like get your future insured. It's like India's first outcome driven course for college students. Earlier we don't have course for first year and second year students, but now this course is available for first year, second year students. It's kind of course where you just have to give 2 to 3 hours of your daily time, and then you will be able to get into the right skill set. Okay. So coming to the like Masai journey. So we have like 2000 plus graduates in web and data analytics till now. 6000 plus students are currently studying with Masai, and our placement record is 95%, and our average package is 7.5 LPA. Okay, now moving ahead. So numbers and impact. So अभी तक हमने, अगर मैं ऐसे बात करूँ तो 93 families को हमने poverty से निकाला है. Poverty when I say, there are students from the family like daily wage workers, like उनके parents like cab driver हैं, और या फिर farmer हैं, या वो I can say below poverty line है. So there are such numbers of families we have impacted. Also recently we have tie up with NSDC, and NSDC के साथ टाई अप. NSDC क्या है? नेशनल स्किल डेवलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन. तो जब आप ये कोर्स कंप्लीट करोगे तो आपको NSDC का सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा. इट्स अ गवर्नमेंट सर्टिफाइड like certificate you will get. Okay. Now हमने अभी तक 70% से ऊपर जो tier 2, tier 3 cities के बच्चे हैं, उनको अभी तक हमने cater किया है. Okay. And now 65% of them are from non-CS background. मतलब उनका कोई computer science background से या like आप बोल सकते हो coding background से कोई मतलब ही नहीं था उन बच्चों को. They are from like BA, BSc, ऐसे background से थे बच्चे. Okay. Now moving ahead. So यहाँ पे कौन कौन सा ऐसा बच्चा है जिसको चाहिए कि विद इन कमिंग 1 or 2 years आपको 10 LPA से ऊपर की जॉब लग जाए? कैन यू प्लीज रेज योर हैंड और जस्ट राइट यस इन द चैट बॉक्स. ओके ओके, देयर आर सो मेनी ऑफ देम. ओके ग्रेट. सो इसका फॉर्मूला क्या है? अगर आपको 10 LPA जॉब चाहिए, व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला ऑफ गेटिंग 10 LPA जॉब? फर्स्ट थिंग इज कंटेंट. ओके. सेकेंड थिंग इज इंस्ट्रक्टर एंड मेंटोर. कंटेंट तो आपको कहीं पे भी मिल जाएगा, लाइक यूट्यूब में ऑल्सो यू विल गेट कॉन्टेक्ट, यूडेमी, देयर आर सो मेनी प्लेटफॉर्म्स जहाँ पे आपको आजकल कॉन्टेक्ट मिल जाए, कंटेंट मिल जाएंगे. बट इंस्ट्रक्टर एंड मेंटोर, राइट? सो हियर इंस्ट्रक्टर एंड मेंटोर इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके. नाउ पेडागॉगी, दैट इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. कमिंग अगेन टू प्रैक्टिस. सो अगर आप चलो कंटेंट मिल गया बट आप प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे, दैट विल नॉट क्रिएट अ गुड थिंग फॉर यू. लाइक आपने पढ़ लिया और कुछ प्रैक्टिस ही नहीं किया, और कोडिंग इज समथिंग विच नीड्स hours of practice, then only you will be able to get into that platform जहाँ पे कि आपको कोई भी क्वेश्चन दिया जाए और आप तुरंत ही सॉल्व कर लोगे. लॉजिक्स आपको बिल्ड करने पड़ेंगे, तो वो प्रैक्टिस से ही आता है. करेक्ट. नाउ मूविंग अहेड, प्रोजेक्ट्स एंड इंडस्ट्री इंटर्नशिप. सो प्रोजेक्ट्स भी करने होते हैं. ऐसा नहीं कि कंटेंट आ गया, प्रैक्टिस कर लिया, बट आपने प्रोजेक्ट ही नहीं किया, कुछ भी नहीं किया, तो वो इम्पैक्टफुल नहीं होगा आपके लिए. ओके. नाउ मूविंग अहेड, सपोर्ट. सो सपोर्ट इज लाइक, अगर आप सपोर्ट का मतलब ये नहीं है कि आपको बस मेंटर मिल गए और इंस्ट्रक्टर मिल गया और बस दैट्स इट. अगर आप कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो, जैसे हमने आपको असाइनमेंट दिया और आपने नहीं किया, तो कोई ऐसा इंसान होना चाहिए जो आपको सपोर्ट करे कि हाँ कहाँ पे आप अटक रहे हो, क्या आपको चीजें समझ में नहीं आ रही है, सो दैट वी विल हेल्प यू विद दैट। ओके, ये चीज हो गई। नेक्स्ट कमिंग टू कंपनी, सो कंपनीज मतलब प्लेसमेंट्स के टर्म्स में, तो जब आप ये सारी चीज कर लोगे तो एंड में आता है आपका प्लेसमेंट, तो कंपनीज भी हम प्रोवाइड करेंगे। सो हियर द फॉर्मूला इज लाइक, यहाँ पे हम कंटेंट भी प्रोवाइड करेंगे, इंस्ट्रक्टर एंड मेंटर आल्सो विल बी देयर, we have a good pedagogy team also here, practice also we will provide you through like weekly monthly जो आपकी प्रैक्टिस सेशंस होते हैं उससे। नाउ कमिंग टू प्रोजेक्ट्स एंड इंडस्ट्री इंटर्नशिप, तो ये कोर्स खत्म करने के बाद आपको लाइक 1 साल कंप्लीट करोगे जैसे इस कोर्स के साथ, आपको इंडस्ट्री में इंटर्नशिप भी हम कराएंगे, दैट टू विल बी द पेड इंटर्नशिप। ओके, नाउ सपोर्ट, सो योर इंस्ट्रक्टर्स एंड मेंटर्स सपोर्ट आल्सो विल बी देयर थ्रू आउट योर कोर्स, not only throughout, after that also if you need anything from our end, definitely we will be there to support you guys. Okay, now coming to companies, so we have our in-house placement team and हमारे पास 2000 plus companies के साथ tie up है, तो वहां पे हम आपकी प्लेसमेंट कराएंगे, राइट। सो दैट इज ऑल्सो देयर कि हमारे पास ये सारी चीजें एक साथ आपको मसाई में मिल रही हैं। ओके, नाउ मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, ये कोर्स क्या है, कैसे कराएंगे हम ये कोर्स। ओके, सो ये कोर्स टोटली 2 साल का है। तो फर्स्ट हम स्टार्ट करेंगे लाइक यू हैव टू स्टार्ट इन्वेस्टिंग इन योर फ्यूचर, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे कैसा, पहला बिल्कुल हम एकदम ही बेसिक कोडिंग आपको सिखाएंगे, ठीक है। आई एम जस्ट सेइंग इन अ लेमैन लैंग्वेज ताकि सारे बच्चों को बहुत अच्छे से ये चीजें समझ में आए। तो जब हम स्टार्ट करेंगे ये कोर्स, तो हम आपको 16 से 18 वीक, जिसको हम सेमेस्टर 1 कह रहे हैं, वहां पे हम आपको बिल्कुल ही बेसिक सिखाएंगे कोडिंग का, ठीक है। उसके बाद हम बेसिक्स आपका कंप्लीट होगा, अगर आप लैग कर रहे होगे तो आपको इंस्ट्रक्टर का सपोर्ट मिलेगा एंड यू विल बी एबल टू लाइक अगर आप कहीं लैग कर रहे हैं तो आप रिवीजन करके आगे बढ़ सकते हैं उस पे। उसके बाद फिर हम स्टार्ट करेंगे डीएसए। ओके, वंस डीएसए एंड एल्गोरिदम विल बी कंप्लीटेड, ठीक है, देन हम स्टार्ट करेंगे आपका ये फुल स्टैक वेब डेवलपमेंट। तो फुल स्टैक वेब डेवलपमेंट में क्या होगा कि आपको बैकएंड एंड फ्रंट एंड दोनों सिखाया जाएगा, लाइक रिएक्ट जेएस, नोड जेएस, एचटीएमएल, सीएसएस, जावास्क्रिप्ट, command line interface, these things are also included in that. Okay, then we will work on your portfolio. So सभी को पता होगा जो लोग टेक फील्ड में जाना चाहते हैं, अगर आप पोर्टफोलियो अगर आपका अच्छा पोर्टफोलियो नहीं है तो वो जब आपकी हायरिंग होगी उस टाइम पे वो अच्छा इम्पैक्ट नहीं क्रिएट करेगा। सो पोर्टफोलियो मीनिंग हैकर रैंक, हैकर अर्थ, जहाँ पे कोडर्स प्रैक्टिस करते हैं टू रेज देयर लाइक बार आई कैन से, और मे बी अ रैंक, ठीक है। प्लस गिटहब, गिटहब क्या होता है, जहाँ पे आप अपने प्रोजेक्ट्स का जो भी कोड होता है वो डालते हो, इट्स अ ओपन सोर्स, तो वहां पे आपके कितने प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं वो लोग ये सारी चीजें देखते हैं। सो अलॉन्ग विद दैट वी विल वर्क ऑन योर पोर्टफोलियो, वंस वो कंप्लीट हो जाएगा पार्ट, देन वी विल डेवलप लाइक 10+ रेडी इंडस्ट्री रेडी प्रोजेक्ट्स। तो आपको फिर 10 से ज्यादा प्रोजेक्ट्स कराए जाएंगे, सो दैट कि जब आप ये कंप्लीट कर लो फुल स्टैक वेब डेवलपमेंट एंड पोर्टफोलियो वाला पार्ट, तो आप गिटहब में अपने प्रोजेक्ट्स वहां पे डाल पाओ, ठीक है। नाउ कमिंग टू अदर थिंग्स, सो यहाँ पे आपको स्पेशलाइजेशन भी दिया जाएगा। जैसे ही आप लाइक 1 साल कंप्लीट करते हैं अपना रिवीजन से पहले, आपको 4 आपके ऑप्शंस होंगे, डेटा साइंस, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस एंड मशीन लर्निंग, प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट एंड ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजीज। यू कैन चूज एनी वन ऑफ देम, और मे बी अकॉर्डिंग टू द डिमांड इन फ्यूचर वी कैन गो अहेड विद एनी वन ऑफ देम। ओके, जैसे ही आप 1 साल इस कोर्स के साथ कंप्लीट करोगे, यू विल बी एबल टू गेट इंटर्नशिप इन लाइक टेक, एंड वो पेड इंटर्नशिप होगा। ओके, सो यू विल बी गेटिंग पेड इंटर्नशिप थ्रू आवर एंड, ठीक है। यू विल ऑल्सो गेट द सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ द इंटर्नशिप, ओके, वंस यू कंप्लीट द कोर्स। एंड उसके बाद जब टोटली कोर्स कंप्लीट हो जाएगा तो आपको एक फुल स्टैक वेब डेवलपमेंट का सर्टिफिकेट भी मिलेगा, जो कि थ्रू आउट लाइफ टाइम वैलिड होगा, एंड दैट विल बी फ्रॉम द एनएसडीसी ऑल्सो, वो एनएसडीसी सर्टिफाइड होगा। ओके, नाउ मूविंग अहेड, सो व्हाई दिस प्रोग्राम, आप में से कई बच्चों को लग रहा होगा कि क्यों करना है ऐसा कोई कोर्स। सो इट्स अ एंड टू एंड ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम, इट्स नॉट जस्ट अ कोर्स, इट्स अ ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम वेयर नो मैटर आप किसी भी बैकग्राउंड से हो, हम बिल्कुल ही स्क्रैच से आपको सारी चीजें सिखाएंगे। ओके, सो इट्स अ फुल स्टैक वेब डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम अलॉन्ग विद द स्पेशलाइजेशन, जो कि 4 स्पेशलाइजेशन मैंने आपको बताए वो होगा। यहाँ पे आपका होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट पे हम वर्क करेंगे, सो वी विल वर्क ऑन कम्युनिकेशन स्किल अलॉन्ग विद द टेक फील्ड एंड लाइक इंटरव्यू रेडीनेस ऑल्सो। सो बहुत सारे ऐसे बच्चे होते हैं, आप में से ही कई लोग ऐसे होंगे, जैसे अभी श्रुति मैम ने बोला, तो आपने बोला कैसे अभी इंट्रोवर्ट है अगर, तो एक्सट्रोवर्ट कैसे बनना है, कैसे आपको और चीजें मतलब लोगों से कैसे कम्युनिकेट करना है। तो इंटरव्यू में अगर आप लेट्स से आप इंट्रोवर्ट हो, आपको सारी चीजें आती है बट आप वहां जाके वो बोल नहीं पा रहे हो, वो फ्रूटफुल नहीं होगा, करेक्ट? सो एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम हम यहाँ पे ये भी प्रैक्टिस कराते हैं सो दैट कि आपको वो अवेयरनेस हो कि इंटरव्यू में किस तरह के सवाल होंगे, और आप धीरे धीरे लाइक हम ग्रुप डिस्कशंस कराते हैं, बाकी और भी बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज कराते हैं सो दैट कि यू विल बी एबल टू गेट थ्रू इट, एंड जब आपके इंटरव्यू का टाइम आए तब तक आप फुल्ली प्रिपेयर्ड हो. ओके, नाउ मूविंग अहेड, लाइक एनएसडीसी सर्टिफिकेट आई हैव ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन कि आपको एक सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा वंस यू कंप्लीट द कोर्स. ओके, and portfolio and everything I have already explained. Okay, so your mentor, yes, one more thing, so your mentor will be from the leading tech companies. So this time we have hired a mentor from the Microsoft. He is working at software developer level 1 and he is a GSOC developer also. So आपको यहाँ पे mentors भी ऐसे मिलेंगे जो कि top industry में काम कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? So now moving ahead, so like yesterday only we have just started a batch. If you are interested, you can go ahead with the registration part. Okay, and that's it for the program. Like I guess I have elaborated enough about the program. अगर अब किसी को आप में से किसी को सवाल है कुछ, अगर आप कुछ पूछना चाहते हो तो आप पूछ सकते हो. By the time we will send you the registration link on the chat box. ठीक है? So I hope that's all about this program. अगर कोई question है तो just raise your hand. One by one I'll take your questions. Okay, Pappu Das. Yes, Pappu, please go ahead with your question. You can unmute yourself and you can ask your question. रणधीर, ये लोग अनम्यूट नहीं कर सकते क्या?
Yeah, they can unmute here.
Students, if you have any kind of questions, you can unmute yourself. Total fees. Okay, I'll come to that later. I just wanted to interact first कि आपको किस तरह के question है. Fees, I'll just okay. Full cost. Okay, so everyone has the doubt about the fees. Okay, so definitely I'll just come to the course fee. So this course is like hybrid model पे हम इसको run कर रहे हैं. Okay, I hope my screen is visible. So course fee is hybrid. So there will be two payment modes. Okay, first payment mode is like 2 lakh rupees you have to pay. Registration is for 5,000. You have to do the registration first. 10 दिन का आपके पास टाइम रहता है. Within 10 days अगर आपको लगता है कि ये कोर्स सूटेबल नहीं है, we will refund your amount. Okay, बट वहीं पे अगर आपको लगता है कि ये कोर्स सूटेबल है और आपको इस कोर्स के साथ जाना चाहिए तो प्रॉपर ISA अग्रीमेंट साइन होगा एंड देयर यू हैव टू पे रेस्ट 1,95,000 एंड मंथली इंस्टॉलमेंट ऑफ 5,555 रुपीज पर मंथ फॉर 36 months. ओके, सो फर्स्ट अमाउंट है 2 लाख रुपीज. बट वहीं पे क्या हुआ, लाइक देयर आर स्टूडेंट्स, दे आर फ्रॉम द फैमिली वेयर उनके घर पे 10 to 15,000 ही उनके पेरेंट्स लाइक वो अर्न करते हैं, तो दे आर नॉट एबल टू पे दिस मच अमाउंट, राइट? सो वी आर रियलाइज कि हम एक दूसरा पेमेंट मेथड भी निकालते हैं जहाँ पे कि हम थोड़ा कम अमाउंट बच्चों से लेते हैं अपफ्रंट एंड बाकी के पैसे आप बाद में दे दो. सो व्हाट इज द सेकंड पेमेंट मॉडल इज, it's like 2,77,000 in total you have to pay. Okay, so 2 lakh you have to pay once you get a job of 5 LPA and above. Okay, and rest of the amount like 77,000 you have to pay during the course. So how you are paying that? 5,000 आपका सेम रजिस्ट्रेशन चार्ज है एंड रेस्ट 72,000 you have to pay like 3,000 every month for 24 months. Like जब तक आपका कोर्स चलेगा तब तक आपको 3,000 रुपीज वो पे करना है for 24 months. Okay, so वहां पे क्या होगा कि आप अगर 5,000 पे करने के बाद 10 दिन क्लास करने के बाद अगर आपको लगता है कि आप आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं तो ही आपका अग्रीमेंट साइन होगा एंड फिर अगले महीने से आपको 3,000 पर मंथ वो पे करना है जब तक आप कोर्स कर रहे हो, एंड बाकी के 2 लाख वंस यू गेट अ जॉब ऑफ 5 LP and above then only you have to pay. One more thing, if you are not getting a job of 5 LPA or maybe even if you are getting a job of 4.9 LPA, हम आपका ये जो अमाउंट है ये 77,000 जो आपने ड्यूरिंग द कोर्स पे किया है वो हम आपको रिफंड कर देंगे. दैट इज टोटली रिफंडेबल. ठीक है, सो ऑल ऑफ यू क्लियर अबाउट द कोर्स फी? सबको समझ में आ गया कोर्स फी क्या है? दो मोड्स है, वन इज 2 लाख रुपीज वन एंड द अनदर वन इज 2,77,000. यू कैन गो विथ एनी वन ऑफ देम. Students, any questions about the course fee? Okay, koi question nahi hai. Fine. Any kind of questions you have, you can ask. You can ask any questions related to course, or maybe whatever session you had earlier. You can ask your questions. Okay, no questions. Randir, is there any form, interest form?
Yes, yeah. Just for what we said, yeah. I just said the interest form.
Okay, so students, if any one of you interested in filling, like in going ahead with this kind of course, you can just fill the interest form. Our team member will reach out to you. And one more thing, students, like अगर आप आगे कुछ करना चाहते हैं लाइफ में, अगर आप ग्रेजुएशन फर्स्ट ईयर में है, सेकेंड ईयर में है, और मे बी अगर आपने कोर्स कंप्लीट भी कर लिया है और आप टेक में अपना करियर बनाना चाहते हैं, दिस इज द राइट टाइम टू अपस्किल योरसेल्फ. व्हाई? बिकॉज अभी के टाइम पे ले ऑफ्स हो रहे हैं, एज यू ऑल नो, राइट? मार्केट कंडीशन इज नॉट दैट गुड. सो दिस इज द राइट टाइम कि आप अपने आप को अपस्किल करो, एंड आगे चल के जैसे ही मार्केट थोड़ा सा सही होगा, आपको अच्छी जॉब मिलेगी, अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगी. And in this batch, we are just trying to keep a batch size of 100 to 110 students, so that जब आपका कोर्स कंप्लीट हो, आपको कम से कम हर एक बच्चा 8 से 10 लाख के पैकेज पे जाए. So that is our main aim. Okay. So you can go ahead with this course, and this course is beautifully designed by our CTO and Aman Vats. He is the curriculum head. And you can just go through the syllabus and everything. It's everything on our website. You can go ahead with everything. Or even if you have any questions, you can write in the interest form. We will get back to you as soon as possible. Okay. No questions, students? Coding Ninja or Masai, you are good, like you are capable enough to decide by yourself. Because whatever we are taking, that is just for the resources we are providing, and that too we are promising our students that even if you are not getting a job of that amount, we will refund you the whole fees, whatever you have paid during the course. So you are mature enough to decide by yourself. I cannot comment on that you have to go with Coding Ninja or you want to go ahead with this. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, there is one more thing, students. If any one of you wants to register today only, we are just providing some off, like, or you can say like coupon, you can say, or you can say एक leverage मिल रहा है आपको कि आप 3,000 pay कर सकते हो. Our registration amount is 5,000. But if you are registering today only with the link, you will get like 3,000 ka link, and you can pay the amount and you can get into the course. 10 days का trial period है. You can go ahead with 10 days and you can go ahead with the course. अगर आपको course अच्छा लगता है, then you can go ahead, and नहीं तो फिर we will refund your amount. Okay. Any other things, students, you want to know? Nilay, can you please unmute yourself and speak something? The question is very interesting. Coding Ninja or Masai? Okay, so Randir, I think we can end this session here only. आपने form roll out कर दिया है. Everything is there. If any one of you is interested, you can go ahead, and the payment link is valid till 12 o'clock in the night. अगर आप आज के आज payment करते हो, then only you will get the leverage of paying 3,000 rupees for the registration. Okay. And before that, if you have any questions, you can write in the mail. I'm just sharing my mail ID, students. If you want to contact, you can just write an email. I'll call you back along with your phone number. Or you can just write your query. We can resolve your query, okay?
Priya, I guess I can answer that question about Coding Ninja and all.
Yeah, sure, you can take that.
So, Nilay, if you are on call, I don't know if you are on call or not. Have you gone through the Coding Ninja website? Like they are offering 3 to 4, I guess, different solutions. But have you seen there anything like a written kind of thing where they are giving you a 100% refund if you are not getting the job? So you need to understand what is the difference between, career like placement assurance and placement guarantee, right? These two are very different words. Like Yeah, Sumit. So there is a guarantee, right? Ki if you are not getting a 5 LP job, will refund your whole 100%. Like the fees will be refunded. So that is the thing, right? That is the USP of this course, and that's how it's different, and that's why it is little bit pricey from all the courses, because it's a big thing, right? We are giving you in the refund, like in the return. Like if you see the website of Prepleaf, we'll share you the link also. You will see there is written clearly. But if you are talking to any Coding Ninja salesperson, and just ask him that what if I'm not getting the job, right? They will only answer that we will give you more opportunities, okay? And then you will ask what happened next. If I didn't get that, then they will say we'll give you more opportunities, but they will never say that they will give a refund or something. So if you want to try, just try out, just try to ask, just try to fill the form of Coding Ninja, just talk to that sales representative and ask this simple question, like if I didn't get the job, then what happens, right? So you need, like, you all are very young and you understand what is the difference between like placement assurance and placement guarantee. So that is a thing, and that is why we call it as a job assurance for you all guys. So like anybody who wants to compare this with other companies, I will tell you, just call the other sales representative and you will get the clear idea what is the difference, why they have not written this in their website, why we have written this in the website. There's a reason for that, right? And we are very strong on that thing, that we like, our target is to get a job of 8 to 10 LPA CTC to you. The 5 LP is the bare minimum that we are definitely going to get you for you. And there is nothing to lose, right? If you are not getting that job, you are getting the skills for the free, correct? So that is the thing. If we are not able to get you the job, you have the skills with you, and the skills of full stack development within specialization, correct? So this can get you a job from anywhere, correct? So that is a big thing. So I guess I guess I have answered your question, Nile.
And one more thing, students, here, that in this course, we are going to provide you mentorship one-on-one. So there is no other place where you will get one-on-one mentorship. What one-on-one mentorship is like, if you have any kind of doubts, any kind of queries, you can interact with your mentor in the given duration of time, like working hours. You can contact with them and you can solve your queries over there. Okay, so it's a kind of flexible course, no matter even if you are doing a job, if you are in first year, second year of your college, or whatever you are doing. So here you will get more time to practice for yourself. Every day you have to just give 2 to 3 hours. Okay, there is one question that Alma Better provide pay after placement course. Why we join Masai over Alma Better? See, Alma Better is like, I cannot comment on some name, but again, whatever they are providing, pay after placement agar hai, so there are some repercussions also. It's like, agar aap us course mein jaoge, there will be 400-500 students, okay? You will be terminated on